Hello and welcome to my channel. I've been a roll on this Labor Day weekend. Lots of things going on, lots of things to talk about. I got the time to do it this weekend. Alright, this video is going to be about induction heating and how we see it outside the planet and a couple ways we are seeing the effects on the planet. Earthquakes and volcanoes. Alright, so I'm not going to take very long here. Just run this across the 5 hours. Alright, so pay attention here, here, and here. A little bit later on, you will see a 30-minute data gap right as the change comes, so that'll help you see it. Alright, moving along. Alright, there's the data gap. Everything changed, and then right here, the induction heating, adding electricity to the electron magnet, they drop in here and you can melt metals. That's essentially the same thing right here, except in space. Alright, so double barrel induction, I mean, it's just gonna get heavy, heavy, heavy. And here soon, and this is not, it's starting, there's gonna be, you know, with such intense heat going on, electricity transfer, which creates heat, energy through matter. And that's the most up-to-date frame right now. So this, you all know who this is. It's not what's important. What he says is, though, in this brief little clip. And then think, before I hit play, think induction heating, electricity is being added for closed field lines through the planet, through the center. So electricity, energy through matter, you get electricity. But electricity through matter, you get heat. So that means your planet is warming from the inside, because the energy is flowing through the Earth from the equator, comes in at the equator on the front and goes out at the equator at the back. Some at the poles, but mainly out the back. Okay, so remember, think induction heating.
Looking back over here to the start of this whole mess 10 days ago, deep 6.9 came welling up on the underside of the plate, compensating with multiple other earthquakes over the last 10 days. But here we are on day 10, and the final compensation is finally starting to take place. The spread is going all the way around the planet. There is no doubt about it. Spread going all the way around the planet. I just showed it to you. This is, oh, by the way, what I just showed you, that spread going around the planet, this is in 48 hours time. Do you want to see the whole week? Let me show you the whole week of 4.0 and greater. I mean, it really went into overdrive. There'll be people say, oh, Dutch, well, you know, 4s happen all the time. Yeah. Well, let's take it up to 5.0 and greater. You know, the earthquakes that people can feel are 4.9, because they downgraded a lot of them. But, I mean, you see it. It all stems from right here, spreads out as far as the Mideast this way, spreads out as far as Kamchatka this way, spreads out all the way down. You could see which way it went. You can see which way the energy went on this one in particular.
It's not about how the energy, which way the energy went, in my point of view, in this video. But continue to listen, it's coming.
And a predominance of it went over, dead-ended into the Mideast, obviously. And then the rest of it went over across half the planet. This is 1 week's time, 5.
Still not the point, right?
That we're looking at.
Right there.
It should be obvious to almost
1 week worth of 5.0 activity. That didn't used to happen.
anybody who's looking at the screen here. The spread is equal distance spaced, but the area is massive. Isn't it? I mean, come on, look at that. Think of it this way. How much energy do you think it would take to displace a 6.5 all the way up here on our arrow at the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a 6 here on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, another 6, or 5.8, 5.9, and then 5s going all the way back across to another 5.8, 5.9 at our other two X's? and then going back across to our other fives that spread out and across, and then they're equal distantly spaced all the way across the entire region. Now, speaking of that equal distance,
All right, so the point I want to say of all this is fives is the new baseline. You know, in the amount of energy it takes to push around all the plates and go around the planet. And he can show you how to do all that. You know, Eric can do the same. But I just wanted to show you that it takes a lot of energy to go around the planet at a 5. And it's even more at a 6. I mean, you're talking exponential growth to do around the planet as a 6. But my point is this is, it didn't used to be this way. It's just slowly been progressing. Slowly ramping up. Another is volcanoes. If you look at the list, I mean, a lot of these are all the same ones that just keep going and going and going. And if you've been on volcanodiscovery.com, you'll see that it's all the same volcanoes. They just always going, and then they'll be the ones that pop in, the big showers, you know, that come in and do stuff. But, you know, just take you know, this is a good decent site. Now this is just showing the ones that are showing volcanic ash. This doesn't have all the volcanoes that, like what happened in Hawaii. I don't remember the name right now, where there wasn't really a large ash explosion, Kilauea. It was a lot of lava. So that activity lava activity does not get reported on this site. So you've got to keep that in mind, that there's more volcanic activity than what they show here. So Eric's gone over induction heating. He's made a video about it recently, this week. So just wanted to show you. I'm going to do something silly. It may help someone, so I don't mind. How, I mean, the energy goes around the plates and in waves. And, you know, the baseline is always just like a level. I mean, at some point it's always a 3 in the past recent history. But now we were looking at 4s last year as like the size of earthquakes that would go all the way around from origination point to the X's, you know, where they go back into the earth, the energy, and it gets recycled. So we've always got, you know, just it's always surging up and down. We get busy times, like, you know, high activity, low activity, highs and lows. But now what we're seeing, you know, over the last few years, as the induction heating has increased and the frequency that Earth is pushing at, it's more pressure, more heat on the center in the magma chambers. And so hold on a second. All right, so, and then you'll get another peak, you know, an increase, and then it'll ebb and flow on that, and now it's coming up again to the next level. So slow train wreck. So it used to be 3s, and then 4s is the baseline. Now it's 5. What's next? That's not a scare tactic. It's just what we're gonna see. Alright. Enjoy your weekend.